the media that there should not be any hate speeches by the political parties during the elections. There should be no speeches which vitiate the atmosphere, and media plays a very important role. They should really highlight these types of things, and even the social media will also be monitored by the commission, and appropriate action will be taken wherever it is required. The commission through you request all political parties and candidates to ensure that their supporters do not indulge in any hate speeches and fake news. Strict watch on social media. Posts are also being kept to ensure that election atmosphere is not vitiated. Media organizations may also be more alert, vigilant and responsible for the matters related to fake news and paid news cases. To sum up, I will like to reiterate that Election Commission of India reiterates its commitment to conduct free, fair, peaceful, accessible, inclusive, inducement-free and COVID-free elections so that it should be absolutely safe to all my voters. The enforcement agencies have been asked to alert and to step up their vigil to ensure that the interstate and cross-border movement of drugs, freebies, cash is effectively checked and the electoral process is not vitiated. Should be in a position to cast their vote and all arrangements have been made for them. Elections are literally the festival of democracy. As before entering to this hall, when we saw some social, some programs, some launch of the vehicles and awareness programs, that really gives a sense of festival of democracy. So each one of us, each one of you should really feel that it is a festival of democracy and we should celebrate into the right spirit of absolutely free and fair elections, and we should all participate wholeheartedly. I wish that the Goa should be the state, which is a model state, in which we can say that the voter turnout is the highest and one of the most ethical elections which we can boast of. So because it's a good, hospitable, small state, persons are literate, persons are knowing about their duties, persons are aware about their duties. So I would request that the maximum participation should be done in the forthcoming elections, and it should be absolutely ethical and it should be absolutely very free and fair elections. The role of media is really important as a partner of the Election Commission of India, and I wish you all the best, and I am very sure that media play a very active role in getting our elections conducted in a free and fair manner. Thank you.
Vote from home.
Yes.
Facility will be 80 plus, not less.
Twice in writing, there's a form 12D which they will have to fulfill, and our BLO will go there and collect it, and then our team will go there and they will cast their vote.
So one day before voting has to be that form, or
there is a process. It can be even 2 days earlier also, and our team will go and do. ECI is at the doorstep. That is our commitment.
so 12B form.
12D.
That form will be available on website.
That will be available on website also, and CEO will ensure that you will take the choices of all the persons. BLO have been totally told about this process, that they can go, they can ask over there, or they can write to their returning officer also, and it will be done.
Thank you.
You had a question, Ranjit. Bollywood.
Logic from Prudent Media. My question is, any political party requested you to increase expenditure limit, or are there any plan of commission to increase expenditure limit for cabinet?
Here, nobody has requested in Goa as such, but in Delhi we have got representations from various parties to increase the limit, and we had made a committee of under a very senior retired IRS officer, Mr. Harish Kumar also, who took the suggestions of the various political parties, who examined that when the last ceiling limit was put, what has been the inflation rate, how many voters have increased. So they have given their recommendations, and on that recommendations the commission will take a decision, and then we will be able to decide whether any limit is to increase or not.
One more question: if Omicron wave intensifies in state, there is a provision to delay elections, or can anything happen like this?
I think for last half an hour I have spoken twice on the issue of COVID, and even when the percentage of the COVID is very less, we are making all our booths in a COVID compliant manner. We are giving all masks, sanitizers, social distancing norms, and everything will be followed as it is. And there will be absolutely safe elections. So we are monitoring, Commission is monitoring the situation, and if need be, and that is why we have reduced the persons per polling station from 1500 to 1000, and we have increased 60 polling stations. So on an average, there are only 662 persons per polling booth. So we can definitely maintain a social distancing, we can definitely handle the persons with the social distancing norms also, and every compliance of the social, this COVID norms will have to be done at the booth.
What about the
I think you have asked
political
your two questions.
No,
Give some
what about the political
Can I
parties
give chance to someone else, please?
who conduct big rallies, sir?
Definitely, they will also be, restrained absolutely, and we will ensure that the park or the ground in which the election rally is held, they should also maintain proper distancing, and the rules and the conditions of the State Disaster Management Act should be strictly followed. There is SDMA who has also been given power to take action into those particular acts. And if anybody violates the provisions, they are having to have actions on that. So we will be alerting to SDMA also that they will have to take necessary actions on that ground.
You mentioned about super checking of the voter registrations. Any particular concern raised by any political parties about that? And attached to that only a second question, has the CEO noticed any unusual spike in any voter registration? You mentioned about 16,000 new voters, first time voters.
Yes.
What is the breakup of the other people?
I think one party raised this question also of some deletion at one particular place, not on the spike of the registration also. So there have been instructions by the ECI that each and every level the super checking will be done. By the DCs also will be done, the CEO will also do certain checkings also. And he found certain irregularities, and in the sense that there is a Form 7 which is given for the deletion of the name. And there is an online system also for that and offline also. So if the person is no more or the dead person, some other person has given a file on online, that his name should be deleted. So our officer checked it, and you will be surprised to know that we found that they were existing on the ground and they were there. So such types of mistakes took place, and he took cognizance of that, and those persons were not deleted at all. Because for deletion, Commission is very strict. No name will be deleted without verification, and the PLO will have to verify, and the super checking will also be done on the test check basis. So the purity of the role is the first most important thing for us, and that we are ensuring that. And even for the process of registration also, we have seen to that they should be ordinary resident of that place. So once they are filed online, and we have found that they are living over there, only then they have been registered.
Thank you, sir. I'll take the last question. We need to head out for the flight.
गोवा से 20,000 से ज्यादा वोटर डिलीट हुए, इसके कहाँ गए वो और क्यों डिलीट हुए, उसके बारे में क्या है?
अगर किसी ने शिफ्ट किया है, एक प्रोसेस है फॉर्म 7 का जो मैं आपको बता रहा था बेसिकली, एंड इफ इट हैज बीन गिवन दैट पर्टिकुलर फॉर्म 7, no person can be deleted from the electoral registration until unless the form 7 is filed either by him or by his relative. If suppose person is dead, he cannot file himself. That it has to be filed by his relative only, and then the verification will be done. Similarly, if a person has been shifted, who was already there and they have been transferred out of this place, suppose the persons came here to work and after that they have been transferred, like all of us, we have worked at more than 10 places in our life. We cannot remain voter at all 10 places. So I cannot claim to the ECI that why did you delete my name from the other place from where I have been transferred. So anybody, if he has moved out, I think you will agree with me that he should be shifted to that place.
So we'll take the last question from the lady, please. We need to keep to our timeline.
If Ali, you are not taking any questions from ladies, so I am
No,
not
I'm
taking.
saying last question from the lady.
Our
please.
election is very participative, so our press conference will have to be very, very
No,
participative.
no, she definitely gets a chance, sir.
It's on. Thank you, sir, for the gender balance. And my question is about the. My name is Mayura. I'm from the Indian Express. My question is about the requirement to close criminal accidents.
I'm not able to hear you properly.
Her questions about the criminal antecedents.
To disclose the reasons for choosing a candidate who has criminal antecedents. So these reasons will have to be given to.
On their website, they will have to give.
So
to
it's
the public,
to the public.
and to out on the website also,
Right.
that I have chosen so and so, having criminal antecedent, and we could not find, we are selecting him because of these reasons, and we could not find any other person into that area who's more so and so, so and so, so and so.
Right. So is this happening for the first time?
This was in earlier times also, but that was not given them very strictly. But though we have seen it, and we have seen the reasons also. They have said in certain cases the commission monitored also, and they found, they said that they have done a lot of social work into that area. So that is why we have put them there. In spite of the fact that the Supreme Court has said that benevolity is not the cause. It should not be the benevolity because of which they should write. But they have been asked to give the reasons, and I think the elector can understand what are the reasons for choosing the candidate. Ultimately, it is the party who chooses the candidate, and the final result lies in the hand of you, the voter, whether we have to cast the vote or not.
So you're saying that the commission is going to be stricter about it this time?
Definitely, the commission will have to be very strict, and when the elections will be announced, we will be launching an app also, in which the detail will be there of that.
So, and if you'll allow me just one more question about the webcasting data analytics that you said is happening only in Goa.
What?
The webcasting data analytics that you said will be happening only in Goa. So, is there a reason that it's happening only in Goa?
No, we are just trying that actually. What is happening? Sometimes, because now I have told you that the 1100 and odd that polling stations are there. So if there is a long queue on any polling stations, then the DO will come to know immediately. There is a long queue on that particular polling stations. We can take necessary arrangement immediately for that. It is not that somebody should ring them up, or the public should tell them. It is our own system. And even if there are more persons into the polling stations which are not allowed as such, we will immediately know, and alert will come to us, and the person will take it. It's an initiative actually for a more participative, more transparency. Commission is striving for more transparency, impartiality. So whatever way we can do that, we will do that.
Sir,
Thank you so much. I'll have to clerk. You can please.
Sir, only one last question, sir. Sir,
देखिए last.
Aadhaar and voter card link bill is passed by Parliament. What is the view of Commission on it? Whether it will helpful for Commission for smooth process of election?
100%. This is a very useful bill which has been passed, and the reason for this particular linkage, I think, is that in our electoral roll, the persons that I told you 2 or 3 places. So that will help us in eliminating the double voters, the double names of the persons, same persons, into one particular constituency, outside constituency, and other places also, so that the electoral roll will be very, very clean as such. But I can assure you that no name will be deleted without full verification, without giving you choices. Suppose you are a voter at 2 places, and I come to know that you are a voter at 2 places. Natural course is that I will ask you whether you would like to in Panjim or whether you like to in your other places. So absolutely safeguards are there.
आप देख रहे हैं सक्षम न्यूज इंडिया, सबसे पहले सबसे तेज।